Do not attempt to adjust your dial. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. It's your boy Big Vern. This is App Stupid, the fastest growing sports and entertainment show on these YouTube streets. You're welcome. Holla at us. You know, it's your boy Big Vern getting it in on a beautiful Wednesday here in the Midwest. 34 right now. High today is going to be 70, so make sure you go ahead and get your pets out early. Then you might want to take a walk yourself. Stretch your legs, get out, see some new things going on in your neighborhood. Busy show for you today. We talked about the Green Bay Packers. They put paperwork on the Philadelphia Eagles. Trying to ban a quarterback, that's just soft. I'm sorry. That's just soft. I'm sorry. Then at the Combine, the reporters, they run up on the Atlanta Falcons, Mr. Terry Fontenot, the GM of the Falcons, and Raheem Brock, and they started asking questions about Kirk Cousins, and they got their feelings hurt because they told you how they felt about Kirk Cousins in every way, shape, and form. Again, I told you this was going to be a heavy NFL day. I don't know why, but I guess that's just the way the news fell. So from the NFC to the AFC, there's a situation that we've been covering nonstop, and that is the whole Justin Tucker situation. Now, Eric DaCosta says that Justin Tucker allegations are serious and concerning. And I just wanted to when reading this, it was really one of the things that I kept going back and forth with was, why now? Why now? Because you have more massage therapists in the areas that are coming out against him and saying this. Is that the concerning part? Or has the NFL already looked into this and you're trying to get in front of it? Because these are just questions. These are just questions. Now, the Ravens general manager, Mr. Eric DaCosta, he said that the allegations against Tucker, they were serious and concerning. And he said that they will wait patiently as they can for much more information. And it's different. It says here that the league is in Baltimore now. The NFL front office, they've come down to do an investigation and they can't wait for it to take place. And then they're going to be cool with whatever decision that comes from the NFL being on the ground in Baltimore and running an investigation. My only question was, why is the NFL investigating now? Shouldn't they have investigated this beforehand? Why do they need to be in Baltimore to run this investigation? They could hire a third-party agency to investigate this on the ground themselves. They did not need to leave New York to come to Baltimore to go over this. And that's a legitimate question. You can't act concerned and say that these things are troubling because the NFL showed up. They should have been concerning and troubling the moment the story broke. Which, hey, when did they know this? And that's a really good question. Listen, we'll get more into this when we get on the other side of the content. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. Bop, 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 bum, 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 bum. It's your boy Big Vern coming to you again from the App Stupid Studios with another rap album we pushing this month. West Side Gun 12. Brr, brr. I always wanted to do that. In stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is going to be Adam Page featuring Stove God Cooks, Health Science featuring Brother Tom Sauce, Gumbo Yaya featuring Brother Tom Sauce, East Miami, and Outlander is a beast. Wow. West Side Gun 12 in stores now. Yeah, shout out to West Side Gun. I like it. So when we last left off, we were talking about why did the NFL need to come down to Baltimore when they could have hired a third-party agency to investigate all of these alleged misconducts by Mr. Justin Tucker. And it was weird to me that DaCosta is saying now that these are serious and concerning allegations. But DaCosta, he personally met with Tucker regarding the allegations when they first surfaced in late January, but he declined to share the details of the conversation. So are you trying to save face now? Because if it's concerning and troubling now and serious, it should have been the same emotions from the first time you sat down with Justin Tucker. Why did you let this come out after the Super Bowl, post Super Bowl, that you already met with this guy in January to talk about all of this that's going on right now? We're approaching St. Patty's Day. This was before the Super Bowl. We're headed to St. Patty's Day, and now you're starting to get concerned. Now you're starting to say, hey, look, this is starting to get serious. Again, what did they know? When did they know it? I don't get that. Now, another thing that was pretty, like I said, I had to kind of scratch my chin is that DaCosta isn't Tucker's legal counsel. And if you met with him before the second set of allegations and the victims came out, then why were these the latest accusations concerning? And that's an honest question. When this first surfaced, he sat down with this man, but he declined to say what they talked about. You're not an attorney. You're not his attorney. There is no client-attorney of privilege. So you can say anything that you want because it's on the record. However, you wasn't concerned about those first set of allegations as you are concerned about the second set of allegations. I don't know. And like I said, this is weird. This is weird that they're going through all of these links to bend over and try to appease everybody. Because number one, you want to have the players back in any situation like this. Again, this is all alleged. However, you're trying to play this whole court of public opinion that you stand on the side of the NFL. But the NFL is saying that, hey, look, we're on the ground and we're running our investigation. And you're saying, hey, look, we're going to go ahead and accept anything that they find. We're going to be cool with that. But you knew all about this in January because you talked to him. Now, DaCosta also said that the Ravens first became aware of the allegations just before the Baltimore Banner, the local outlet, published the initial story, citing anonymous massage therapists who alleged misconduct by Tucker between 2012 and 2016. So before the story broke, you didn't have to talk to Justin Tucker. Before the story broke, you were tipped off that this was going to be in the newspaper and this was going to be a bombshell. This was going to go to print. You knew about this. And only because the story got some air and some traction, then you decided to talk to Tucker. It was more of a CYA moment at that time. And that caused a red flag for me because you got to spin the block. The second set of allegations, they gave the timeline from 2012 to 2016. And the first initial allegations of the victims didn't do that. They were more referenced. And also the Ravens, they were tipped off about the story before it broke in the Baltimore Banner. And if that being the case, when did they contact the league about this? These are all legitimate questions. I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm just saying the timeline seems a bit convenient. And now you have the Ravens. They're coming out saying that these are serious and concerning. However, they knew about the story when it was going to go to print. They were tipped off in the Baltimore Banner that that story was going to run. And instead of contacting the league office right away, because they always say you got to protect the identity of the league. You can't do anything that's going to deface the NFL, the face of the NFL. Okay, I get it. But when did you all contact the league? Because the league is now actually on the ground in Baltimore. You talked to Justin Tucker, admittedly, in January. You had a conversation, which you won't tell us what you two talked about. You knew about the story before it even was going to go to print. When did you contact the NFL about a possible situation that could affect the image of the league? And before we get off of that, remember, not too long ago in the distant past, DaCosta said, we'll wait for the investigation to take place. The NFL has already conducted its own interview with several of the accusers, with them saying he repeatedly exposed himself during the massage session, despite efforts by the therapist to keep his genitals covered. He's been banned from 8 different establishments, and none of the women have recanted. So there is no NFL investigation ongoing. The NFL has done their investigation. They just spoke with the accusers. The accusers have went on the record and told the NFL everything that was going on, allegedly, from their point of view. Again, this seems like a CYA moment because there are so many gaps in this. We have 2 sets of accusers. We have this man being banned in the massage community. He can't go to certain establishments. 2 of those establishments are closed. We are the only people who keep continually covering this and keep telling you straight up, someone's lying about something. And you have DaCosta here saying that these are serious and they're concerning, but you had a conversation in January with Justin Tucker. You refused to tell everybody what that conversation was. You're not this man's attorney. There is no client-attorney privilege. Also, under the cloud of suspicion, you got tipped off about this story before it even broke in the Baltimore Banner that it was going to print. There is no timeline when you contacted the NFL, but then you were saying you were happy the NFL is on the ground and they're conducting an investigation. But the NFL, they just completed talking to all of the accusers. And all of the accusers have the same story that they told to the Baltimore Banner. None of the accusers have recanted. To this, like I said, right now, to this day, I'm not saying that anyone is guilty. I'm not saying anyone is innocent. I'm just asking questions. This is all under the realm of allegedly. And this is the problem when you try to play things in the court of public opinion, because you come away with more questions than you do answers. If he did this, it's horrible. Yes, he should be punished. He should actually have to face the music. If he didn't do this, that's horrible. You destroyed a man's reputation. He's got a family. He's a pillar of the community, so on and so forth. However, the truth is out there somewhere. And right now, DaCosta going on the record, it did more harm than good. If you are in the Baltimore area, or you just may have a general opinion about this, let me know how you feel. This is Big Vern. We'll be back.